All right, Momocon, what up?
Come on, y'all. I know it's Stimpy and West.
Yeah! You're tired too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. They gave us all that. You can't say thank you?
Okay, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
Welcome to Why Cartoons Got Weird in the 2000s.
Why did it happen?
Why did it happen?
Let's
Hold
on! Who are we? Oh, God, I'm first. I'm Aki Kiki. I make video essays. Haven't done it too frequently recently because I've been working on my band, Elliot Knox. But I was in the Bright Space video, so maybe you remember me. I don't know.
It's me, Smelly. I'm Tariq. I do cartoon videos, and I make cartoons sometimes. We're crowdfunding my own cartoon, a little. You all are too kind. Really, you are. Yeah. All right, I'm done. You can talk.
Oh. Hello. I'm D'Angelo. I run Hats Off Media. Yeah, I also make cartoon videos, and I'm working on a pilot. I mean, a little off and on, but right now I'm also just working on a comic. That's all I'll say. It'll be out eventually.
All right, y'all know me, man of 1,000 thoughts. I analyze cartoons and cartoon accessories. I also do some sound design for indie pilots such as 3 Tones, and also
Let's make some noise for 3 Tones in the
as well as Hey, I'm doing sound design on.
You don't gotta make no noise for that. Y'all already did that. It's okay.
Make some noise, people. If the grade won't hype it, I will.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good on time already. Okay. So, the first thing we wanted to talk about is kind of the introduction in the 90s that kind of led to how animation became the way that it was in the 2000s. There was a festival. I think D'Angelo could speak a little more about this.
Yeah.
You know more about it.
Yeah, Spike and Mike's Festival of Animation. It got started in the late 70s, and at first it was mostly just to like promote local rock bands and like show off like cool horror films and like indie stuff like that. But eventually they started doing animation, and they started that shifted to their focus. And in the 90s, they did their Sick and Twisted Festival, which was more like adult, like unrated kind of stuff, like more weird, more niche. And that's where like a lot of people like that like are like huge giants now came from, like like Craig McCracken, like people like Mike Judge, like Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the computer too. You hit a couple of the time.
It looks better when you don't look at it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're better with the lights on.
So yeah, we got some examples up here. No Neck Joe, one of Craig McCracken's first creations. It's about a guy, no neck, self-explanatory.
I think about when I look at this design, how like no neck also means like no shoulder.
Yeah.
Torso as well.
Yeah.
We got Lupo the Butcher by Daniel Nucci.
Oh, some Lupo the Butcher.
We got some Lupo heads.
Okay. Lupo heads.
Any brothers Grunt strands here?
Oh my God.
I heard it was
That's all right.
Brothers Grunt.
Yeah, Mike Judge.
Mike Judge, Beavis and Butthead. That first one's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, we watched that before we did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like pray to a god of poo, and he sends it their way.
And it's still around today, man.
Yeah.
Still make it.
No matter what.
No matter what.
They'll never die.
This is more so moving forward from separate from that festival, but around the same time. You have kind of like the early intro to the weird cartoons. first thing that came to mind when we did this was the Mighty Mouse cartoon by Ralph Bakshi. Some Bakshi heads, okay. Shout out Heavy Traffic.
Yeah, I saw Happy Traffic.
Nice.
But good movie.
No, he good looking.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know the Mighty Mouse cartoon, which is kind of like this like weird, wacky version of a character just from the 40s that like nobody really did anything with. And from that cartoon, I think he was an intern, John Crystal Lucy, right?
Yeah.
Or something or another.
He was a director.
He was a director.
And only with the first season.
Thank you. Shout out to him for thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously, if you know who that is, he moved on to do Ren and Stimpy, which premiered the same night as Rugrats and Doug in 1991. And around the same time, there was things like Liquid Television on MTV, right?
Yeah.
That also was kind of like a hub for
like experimental adult animation.
Yeah.
A lot of weird, cool stuff came from that.
Right.
Like the guy who did Super Jail, he started there. There's some Justin Roiland there. I don't know how the crowd plays.
I mean, you've already mentioned John Kay.
But we love Ren and Stimpy.
Next slide!
Okay.
This is the era of the creator-driven cartoon. Pretty much, it comes from all of this.
Because animation was it was weird before. This is mostly TV. Because of course you got crazy films and all that, especially in the 70s, 80s. That stuff was crazy.
Yeah, right.
But on TV, it was just
The Wild West.
For a while, it was just repackaged theatrical shorts, pretty much.
Or
And product placement?
Yeah.
Toys. Shit. So made to make toys and stuff like that. To sell toys. Not necessarily for a story. I think kids found them cool and they enjoyed them and they had fond memories of them. But you could tell that it wasn't driven solely by a person.
The leash was tight.
Yeah. It wasn't driven solely by the vision of a person. But in the 90s there was this shift, which really started with those 3 Nickelodeon cartoons that came out in '91: Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy, and Doug. And afterwards, a lot of shows followed suit. Ever since then, there's just been this kind of outpour of creator-driven cartoons. You got stuff like Cow and Chicken, which I grew up with, we grew up with, but I wouldn't show my kids this.
I watch Cow and Chicken a lot, and I am not the same for it.
Watching Cow and Chicken as an adult is a trick.
Yeah.
It honestly does more than what Brandon was doing a little bit in some places.
Pretty much. There's also Rocko's Modern Life. Created by a guy named Joe Murray, who would eventually go on to do another little show called Camp Lazlo. Look at the love for Lazlo in the building.
Yeah. Bigger reaction than Rocko. That's some real campers in the crowd.
Campers?
Yeah.
Some campers.
Pretty good. Beanheads.
Yeah, obviously these aren't the only ones. We'll get into a few.
Yeah.
A few more in a second. But when you think of weird cartoons from this era, these are definitely the ones that stand out, at least to us.
Both in the subject matter and the way they looked.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Rugrats is kind of it's special, I guess, in a way because it does kind of take. There's elements of mundane.
It takes the mundane and adds a bit of wonder and whimsy.
Because everything's weird when you're a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Even those opening shots from those weird.
Yeah, they'll start an episode in somebody's mouth in a minute. Man, where?
You guys ever pause Rugrats when it's a random scene of the parents?
Yeah.
They're not drawn well.
Oh yeah, we saw them in that line. They were
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah, it was shaking and jittering.
They had 25 minutes to draw that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were talking about Catdog real quick. My favorite thing about Catdog is what Ice Cube said about it. his son said that he walked in the room and saw his kids watching Catdog. He said, "This is the grossest cartoon I've ever seen."
Now you see a dog turn itself inside out.
Oh yeah, I would hope Ice Cube didn't walk in on that part.
Nah, you just saw Winslow was just like, no.
Yeah. The funny thing about this cartoon is, when I think about it, I think of like Pocahontas and the Lion King, because it was kind of the same situation where you have this company that really believes in this one movie. Disney really believed in Pocahontas, and they just kind of threw whoever they wanted on Lion King, but they put all their power and all their marketing into Pocahontas, and then Pocahontas just kind of did like, all right, just did good, and then Lion King is just like this like
Cultural.
this cultural like phenomenon, and it's kind of the same thing where like you watch those like behind the scenes things and those documentaries, and you hear the people that worked on SpongeBob talking about how they were grateful to get picked up for season 2 or picked up for season 3. They never really knew what was going to happen. They ordered 40 cat dogs off the rip. Do you see this image? This is from the theatrical short that was in front of the Rugrats movie.
Oh, wow.
They shaded cat dogs with paint. They ain't do this. This wasn't digital. So they really believed in this thing, and it just kind of like it stuck around for a little bit, but you know.
They promoted it too. Like it was.
They promoted it. Yeah, Catdog was.
He wasn't he in the parade? I'm pretty sure he was in the parade.
The parade,
Yeah,
like the Macy's.
Yeah, Macy's parade. I think I remember that.
Like a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to find that balloon. Somebody point me in the direction of who I can call.
I'll pay top dollar.
Get my own personal cat dog.
Good to see you guys like this one.
Yeah, right.
You guys ever like stare at a Jawbreaker in person in horror after watching it?
I used to think Jawbreakers were as big as the one in this cartoon.
Exactly.
I was so disappointed when I finally got one.
Like a candy store and it's like this big. I'm like,
It was this big, real life, it's this big.
Yeah, I got one out of like a little vending machine thing once, and I didn't really understand
What to do with it?
I tried to bite it.
Yeah.
that's called a Jawbreaker.
Well, obviously it broke my jaw, so I was okay. I get it.
I had to learn immediately once I got one from a gumball. that
We're just talking about the candy and not the cartoon.
Look, we were all cheated out of all the ads.
Yeah, and Eddy is from January of 1999, created by Danny Antonucci, who was dared to make a children's cartoon by, I guess, one of the homies. And then, yeah, he turned it into like a 10-year job.
Yeah.
Apparently, Keats was not allowed to watch it.
Yeah, my mom thought it was too weird, and then my dad would let us watch it when my mom wasn't home.
Your mom was right though.
One of the things that I think makes this one stand out and what makes it a little, I guess, weirder than a few of its contemporaries is a lot of the design choices. The boiling lines, even when the characters are standing completely still, the lines always do. I think they retraced themselves 2 times.
Yeah.
And the characters all had colored tongues because they ate so much candy that all their tongues would be like blue or green or something like that. And even you see the inside of Double D mouth is like purple, like even like it would affect them inside of their mouth like that. And the sound design, one thing about that cartoon is it uses anything in that folder.
Any sound Danny thought was funny and made it into the
Sounds funny in that cartoon.
It does. In a kid's cartoon about scams, I think that's crazy. I don't really make the show weird, but like, you ever think about that? Well, the reason I think about it is because I told my grandma one time, I was like, I want to do a scam. And she told me that wasn't nice. You know what? I ain't scared.
Wait a second. You guys the bad guys?
Yeah, right?
Alright, I want like a room vote on whether or not Double D is like gender divergent in some way.
Is it a yes or no question? Or?
There's been a lot of verbal responses.
Because as an envy, I definitely
spiel a couple weeks.
I'll say not quite.
Girl, because I was like, why doesn't they date Eddy? So I was like,
I like how that's the question.
That would solve all their problems.
Just go for the home.
I love how he said that like Ed would have said.
We just watched a movie with a girl named Ed.
We did.
Oh, yeah.
I made them watch Raising Arizona last night. They had never seen it. No YouTube commentary, this was not a fever dream.
This happened in real life. Alright. I know a little less about this cartoon than my contemporaries, so I'm going to let them say it.
Yeah, sure. My first exposure to this was I had the Powerpuff Girls Birthday Bash VHS, and there was the episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
With the eggplant?
Yeah, that eggplant. Thank you. I was like some type of root vegetable underground.
I had the same thing.
And so that was the only Courage the Cowardly Dog I saw for a long time. And then as I got older, I just fell in love with like weird horror aesthetics and the way that Courage is their little rescuer in all these different situations. But it definitely gave everybody 90s kid nightmares. I mean, I think all of us were scarred by Return the Slab or Suffer My Curse.
You never know the opinions from the shows that scaled down.
And for a kid's cartoon, it definitely like pushed the boundaries of what you would see on the screen. And its aesthetics, its creepiness, its storylines, even maybe its music.
There weren't many horror cartoons for kids back
Yeah,
then.
definitely not. And its use of like uncanny 3D modeling as well, like Riley's thrown
All the
in
mixed
there.
media.
Right. Yeah, if Big Bro up there, the blue joint, he could have been like a mixtape cover or something. Alright, we on third?
Here's what I wanted to put in because there were also like normcore weird shows.
Yeah. Soul by Ginger, from 2000. Classic.
A show that made me and Terry be friends.
Yeah, I think on the surface, it kind of seemed like just kind of like a normal cartoon, just about like a bunch of kids, and it was to a degree. But when you really watch it, it was a very strange cartoon, even beyond just like the character designs and how their mouths are significantly lower than they should be. But there were a lot of things, especially when it dealt with the Ginger's little brother Carl, and his homeboy Husby. They kind of took a lot of like cartoon responsibilities. One of the things that I think about a lot is around the middle to the end of the cartoon, Carl had a girlfriend named Noelle, and she had telekinesis.
Don't ever explain or justify why this one person has magic powers.
It's always like giving the rounded series
Well, there's all
one supernatural thing.
Yeah, because but they don't really need to explain it because like one of the first episodes is like Carl dating this old woman and she dies at the dinner table and I think she becomes a ghost.
in a later episode, they like call upon her spirit and she possesses Hoaxy.
She comes to see Ginger's mom.
Why her?
I don't remember.
Stop trying to take on the women.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, Soul by Ginger, good show. Highly recommend.
That's it,
I loved this show so much as a kid that I got all the DVDs on sale at Blockbuster, and then when I lost them, I bought them again, and so now I have 2 sets of Invader and DVDs, and that's not a problem for me.
Still want that box that looks like that house.
Well,
I think that goes for money now.
Of course it does.
This is probably one of the shows that's the most famous for its gross scenes, organ harvesting, lice, several boils coming out of characters' faces, Lodi's Pizza Hog, and it used all of the grossness to like hyper critique modern Western society and gluttony and capitalism, basically. But like, there's a lens of this freaky little alien.
That was basically what like the Urkin Empire was. It's like capitalism's on the rise.
Right. It was like one of those shows that understood how grossness could be used to tell more of a message rather than just the
For the,
implications for
yeah,
kids.
for the sake of it. Yeah.
But it also does make your skin crawl.
Of course.
Right,
It has
right.
to, otherwise it wouldn't be as effective.
It builds character, man. Kids, they don't got no battle scars.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking back, it is shocking that it was aired on Nickelodeon. It doesn't really fit into the aesthetic of anything else on the network, in my opinion. From 2001. Like, to me, it seems like it would have been on Cartoon Network airing alongside like Billy and Mandy. So it's cool that it was on Network.
Speaking of, it's
Speaking
gonna suck if
of,
it's not
no.
The hateful part.
The hateful part cartoon itself. That is a real quote from an actual executive that told Maxwell Adams that he was ruining the network's brand with his hateful fart cartoon.
Like Cow and Chicken didn't air like right next to it.
So let's get down to it. Billy and Mandy is a show about two little white kids that enslave a Jamaican.
Can't say it like that.
It's chill. Yeah. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so the Grim Reaper is he has to be the best friend for life of these two little kids. A little girl named Mandy, a little boy named Billy, and Erwin's there. It's funny too. We were just talking about Invader and how that cartoon would probably use the imagery and the weirdness of the scenarios in order to get a point across or to say something interesting. Billy Mandy did not do that. It was just kind of like a strange cartoon. But it was fun. It was fun. And you know, I think that's what's really cool about this era is that variety. Some things will say something and some things won't. And I think you need both to balance each other out.
Some cartoons should be mean.
Right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Give it up for being mean.
Yeah!
Is Nergal on anybody else's Hear Me Out list? Or is it just you?
You got a hand raised.
One hand raised for those two.
Got another.
I mean, they did draw him in the shower, so like they knew what they were doing.
But Billy and Mandy was cool. It was like a good mix of comedy and horror.
Yeah.
Like it was actually a pretty good intro though. Like horror intro, they would go through like a lot of different like pastiches and stuff. Like you got like classic Universal stuff. You got like more modern stuff. They had like a Pinhead parody. Like they did like they pretty much touched everything. Oh yeah, there was that weird Dune episode. I had no idea that was Dune.
And then there was also
like Futurama.
Harry Potter parody episode.
Yeah. The Harry Potter parody.
Oh yeah, the classic.
Yeah, the giant brain, classic.
That song, that Voltaire made one for like 5 minutes.
But you know what it is, too, is like, you know, we talk about, you know, the whole purpose of the panel is like why exactly the cartoons get weird, and I think the intro of the creator-driven cartoon led to a bunch of people just really wanting to vomit all of their like weird interests and like influences into these shows and really make something that they wish that they got to see as a kid instead.
We started to see people's voices instead of the companies.
Yeah. There was a real push for that instead of just like, how can we sell this?
Yeah.
Let people build their brains instead of the other way around.
Right, for sure. What? Oh, and then, you know.
So, early 2000s, late 90s, very like extreme, gross slime toys for boys, bugs, etc. As the 2000s went on, there was kind of a shift towards something a little bit more refined, and a lot of cartoons went from just being gross, sometimes having points, sometimes not, to going with more surreal imagery. That could still be disgusting. I mean, think about those flapjack drawings they would do.
The cats.
But yeah, it was just more like surrealist instead of just like freaky, I guess.
Yeah, and you know, these characters, I think too, like, especially with stuff like Adventure Time, there was like an emphasis of, in regular show, really just treating these characters as real people, and just kind of using those scenarios to figure out different things about who they were. It was less about a point of trying to say something like a message or something about society, and more about like what can we learn about Mordecai, what can we learn about Finn. through the weirdness of these, the surrealness of these scenarios.
Yeah. It's when
character-driven stuff.
These type of shows made people understand that weirdness could be a way to figure yourself out because you're able to look beyond the standard. You know, it got people, to, especially stuff like say Steven Universe, as some y'all know, it was able to get people to figure themselves out and look through some true perfection outside of what you would normally think.
It also gives people weird stuff to talk about.
Yes,
I also like weird.
Yeah.
Because you can be weird together.
The lunch table was jumping.
When regular show came out,
Yeah.
I pissed off so many people because my ringtone was raw ringtone.
I would hate you. Mine was just the Kim Possible.
Well, my text was Kim Possible. Oh my god, one time in a very intense choir rehearsal, my Kim Possible doo-doo-doo went off in a giant auditorium, and my choir director paused everything and screamed at the choir. It wasn't hot though.
Did you have Coach barking?
You standing in the corner like, they don't even know I'm sitting here with the Kim Possible ringtone.
I don't know. No, but everybody knew it was me because I had the fucking Kim Possible.
I mean, was Coach barking your music director?
He was a Billy Mandy fan. He didn't like your boss.
And that's when he was mad.
What does that mean?
Get these chicks out of here.
Fandom wars.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah! Crashbox! One of the weirdest, grossest things to ever grace our screens. I miss it so much. I love Crashbox.
I wasn't just our stuff. It was like for little kids too. They had stuff. Yep. Like super little kids, I mean.
Yeah. A little curious.
So at this time, we're going to have people come up, and if you want to ask us questions about what we talked about, or suggest another cartoon that you like that's weird, feel free to come up and do that. Yeah. And please mind the camera that is right there.
If you want to ask a question, you can form a line.
Yeah.
Line up.
And the mic in front.
Yep.
You guys got the right idea.
Go ahead.
Regarding the late 2000s, there's another show that I think goes right along with Flapjack. The Mighty Bee.
Oh,
Which had a lot of Ren and Stimpy alumni attached to it.
Yeah, I like the Mighty Bee a lot. I really like that pilot. I think it has a great pilot. That's a great
Another cool show for like weird girls. Like that was
Yeah. I think the fact that this girl centered helps it really stand out too.
Yeah.
While still feeling genuine.
Yeah. Good show. Shout out Mighty Bee.
I like Mighty Bee. I feel like I didn't appreciate it enough.
Who are you? I've never seen you before.
Hello. I just have the one question I've always had whenever I watch Flapjack is, why is the captain's head a different color than his body in every shot?
Wasn't it like he was being choked out, I think?
No, that's his beard.
The
blue?
Yeah.
The blue is his beard?
Yeah.
All of his face?
Yeah.
Even his forehead?
Yeah.
But it blends into his skin. It blends from blue to tan.
Several times.
Oh my god. Thank you.
All right.
It's like a, what's that? Like a jerk?
Yeah. All right.
Hi. This show may not be necessarily as popular as some of the ones that were on like main channels like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and whatnot. But Discovery Kids, it was like mostly educational programming. Like there was this one show that I think was acquired programming from Canada called Grossology.
Oh yeah.
It's so weird. It was one of my favorite shows. Just the entire concept of it, like why are these two noodle stores fighting a pimple?
Right.
So yeah, I just think that's another really cool example of like shows getting like really weird in like the 2000s.
Yeah, Grossology was one of those ones that like I kind of just I knew about it, but like I kept my distance. I think D'Angelo might be able to speak to it.
That was cool. Yeah, I used to watch Discovery Kids a lot. Like that was kind of like the block. It was like Grossology, Kenny the Shark, Cousin Time, that stuff. Yeah. I used to like how it looked. It had a really cool style. Yeah, definitely. Kind of.
Oh my god, memory awakens.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
some of the shows that you talked about had movies.
Mhm.
What is your favorite out of any of those?
Enter the Floorfest, which is a weird answer because it's not from the era. I just want to know.
I completely agree.
Mine is probably the first Rugrats movie. I really like that a lot.
That one's
Yeah, Big Picture Show's probably
I like
the
the one
second
with
show, and
Eddy.
Eddie movie. That's a great
Oh,
movie,
Rugrats
too.
and Bear.
What about you guys?
You know, the
I'm
one
probably
that
picking Big Picture Show out of all of those. But Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure is definitely the one I had on repeat because it's so funny.
I thought you were, D'Angelo, you gonna talk about the Catdog movie?
They do find their parents emotional.
They do. They do. And you would remember that. So that's what it is.
That's a big emotional arc.
Yeah, apparently.
It was emotional, I remember it too.
They were raised by like a Bigfoot and a frog.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
I like how that was just my favorite. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, and hi.
I noticed that you didn't talk a lot about Fox Kids shows. I would like to point out one. Angela Anaconda.
Thinking about that when last question, that one was deeply disturbing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
Didn't
definitely.
that like cause some kid's parents divorce? I was reading a story
Oh my
about
God.
that.
Oh my God, I remember that.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, because it played ahead of something. Well,
Yeah,
what played ahead of
The Digimon movie.
Digimon, the both movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it was especially controversial because of the, nudist thing.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Oh man.
But I used to watch it. I used to watch Angela. I was a fan
Yeah.
at the time.
Oh.
That creeped me out.
I technically had Angela Anaconda on repeat because I had the Digimon movie over
We
here.
got it.
Yeah.
Sick and twisted.
Like on VHS or?
Yep, on VHS would rewind and
Yeah,
would
you
go
can't get past
all
that.
the way
You
back
got it, you got it.
to the Anaconda short.
Hey man, you gotta eat your vegetables.
Thank you for the shout out.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Angela Anaconda is a good mention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Kevin, also Pedantic Cat, and this panel actually made me thinking about so why do you, back in the 90s, 2000s, we had all these slice of life shows people grew up loving, but nowadays I feel like the only kind of animated shows people want to talk about now is just serialized shows, because you'll see plenty of people talk about these serialized shows, but no one talks about Big City Green, for instance. So why do you think that is?
I think we struggled and desired for so much continuation of story when we were kids. I'm a huge Danny Phantom nerd, and I wanted that show to be serialized so bad. I think it would have served the universe so much better if they were a little bit better about carrying things forward. That after that era that we grew up in, of the Nicktoons, the response was just to serialize everything, and it kind of went too far, and now audiences are struggling maybe a little bit to connect.
Yeah.
But also because we're not turning on the TV and just watching whatever's there anymore. We're going to streaming.
Streaming has changed
And
everything.
binging rewards a story that is continuing through all the 8 hours that you're watching. So, yeah, multifaceted answer. But I do miss the non-serialized episodes where they're just like a villain of the week. It was fun.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey.
So someone mentioned Fox Kids earlier. One show I think deserves a shout out is the Sam and Max cartoon.
Oh,
I thought it was I thought it was just me and 5 other people.
No.
Well, there they are.
Yeah. Sam and Max is the Freelance Police is one of those things where it was too good for itself. It was so smart, but audience weren't ready for it. I remember rewatching it recently as an adult, and I was like, this is funny, but I have to think about all these jokes because it's too
smart for a
clever.
lot of people.
As smart as it was also pretty
It's also really overwhelming.
Yeah, it does a lot.
You can't ditch that show.
It's 10 jokes a minute.
Exactly. They're good jokes, but you gotta think.
I gotta wonder maybe with the success of stuff like Regular Show and Adventure Time, maybe it would have done better.
I think Gen Z would love it.
I can see it getting a resurgence because of Netflix or something.
Yep.
Thank you for visiting me about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, so my name is Avery, and one cartoon I like to bring up is I think it goes along with Flapjack, Chowder from Cartoon Network.
Rada love Chowder.
Rada.
Yeah,
Is that a cartoon? Is the one that inspired me like to really get into animation, like how surreal and funny it was? I think it was like the cartoon holding up the Cartoon Network during the dark times.
Oh yeah. It was like that and like Flapjack.
That was that Hard Thursday.
The big three. The big three.
That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
Hey guys. Hey, how's it going? So I think one of the things that I wanted to see here was that the Nicktoons channel had some of the weirdest stuff ever. Mr. Meaty or Council Panic.
I love Mr. Meaty.
So that stuff was so much of it was like imports, like from other countries, and it never really gets talked about. Those cartoons were kind of seen as lesser because they weren't A-list cartoons. It was kind of bummed me out because they had visions behind them. So that was interesting.
That's Yakety Yak.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Like
Nicktoons Network kind of had the aesthetic of like animation festival.
Because they had the indie animation
they had that whole festival they would do every year for a while.
And then I just want to know, I feel like the way you guys went through everything, there's like a logical progression of like getting weirder and more creator driven, and now we're kind of in IP health right now. Like everything's like a reboot or something.
So you guys can be weird, but only this way. Only this way.
Yeah. Do you guys think there is like a light at the end of the tunnel? Do you think major networks will take any influence from indie at all and be like, hey, we want our own digital circus?
I think they'll take a few years, but they'll probably see that digital circus is doing better than half the television, and they'll pivot.
There's a possibility too,
I feel like so many careers kind of got cut short because like people working on a regular show or Adventure Time didn't get their time to shine after the show's ended. Anyway, thanks for answering.
Thank you.
Hello?
What up?
Hey. For all the shows around 2000 and that got the actual movies, like, what show do you wish did?
Oh, that's a good question.
Kids Next Door.
Operation Zero Best CN movie.
What else? Man, I usually have a good answer for this one. Kids Next Door is a great answer.
Thank you.
It's not a kids cartoon, but Futurama. That's from 1990. That definitely needs a theatrical movie, I think. What about you guys? Well, Danny Phantom movie.
I want Danny Phantom season 4. It's never gonna happen. I don't know that a movie would have been any better than Japan.
But they could have, like, there's some that too, like, that came out where it's like, you could have just put that in the theater. Like, Soda Drama could have just went to the theater.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't even have to touch it.
I think the power
exactly how it was. Yeah, that's it. It just wasn't in widescreen. That was like the only thing wrong with that one too, to be honest with you. I didn't shade it, I guess, but whatever. But yeah. You need to bring those back. I heard they about to do a Rick and Morty movie. It's a sound right. You ain't hear about that?
Inside scoop?
It was like yesterday.
Breaking story?
Yeah. But yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
Damn.
When I think about this topic, I think about basically cartoons.
Yeah.
Let Martin
Thank you.
What have you guys heard of those? Oh, no, yeah, Nicktoons. What have you guys heard of those, like, weird English Nicktoons?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I was there for the premiere of Glenn Martin.
I might have been too, man.
Exactly.
Because I remember just being excited that they were trying to do like adult cartoons back then.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was Nick and Night.
Yeah. They did Fatherhood. I don't think they did any other ones.
Actually,
Yeah. It's actually now? Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Super naked.
Yeah.
Just a guy playing with action figures.
It was Robot Chicken before Robot Chicken.
It was strange, but anyway, yeah, that was
Thank you.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
Huge fan of your work. I love some of your videos. I actually have a curious question because this is a weird cartoon I thought about, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts out if you've even heard of it or seen it. What's your thoughts on Duckman?
We love Duckman over here.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Jason Alexander, and he does a really, really great job. Yeah. And again, it's cool too because Classic Super had like that in-house style, and they were kind of locked in at Nickelodeon for a little bit. So it was cool to see that.
It was like one of their only adult cartoons they've done.
Yeah, I think that might be the only one that like went the show. I know they did something like a horse thing that like was strangely close to BoJack.
I was also thinking about God Devil Bob.
They also worked on that movie.
What?
That movie they did like a movie.
Oh yeah, they did an adult animated movie.
Oh yeah.
I forgot the name of it, but they did.
It's like I think it's like The Immigrants or something like that. Something like that.
Yeah.
They did Stressed Eric.
They did.
They did do Stressed Eric.
That's the show that lives up to its name.
No idea. It is on YouTube though. You can find Stressed Eric on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Great. Yeah, I'll look into that because me and my partner we watched the whole show like 3 years ago. I know it ends on a cliffhanger, and I just had no idea how that to actually end the series off with Duckman. Yeah, from what I think I found out about it from Rebel Taxi's review, and that's how I found out about the show.
Right.
And then I watched it through them, and then when you guys were talking about cartoons, I thought, hey. That's a weird show. I don't think anyone's brought up, and I know it's weird just how sloppy Shuko's art style, especially doing more adult stuff than like with Rugrats, Film Race, etc. and all that. So I think it would be more weird there compared to their Nicktoon stuff.
Yeah, sure. More license to do.
That's where they cut loose.
Whatever they want. Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, guys, once again, honor to meet you guys. Enjoy the panel with
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, so I want to ask, so compared to the cartoons like 15 to 20 years ago, would you say that cartoons nowadays are less weird?
I think they're less weird by obligation.
Yeah.
But there are definitely still a lot of weird things going on.
Yeah, because of what we said earlier, because the one question about IP, being IP hell, that's kind of the biggest problem because too many new things made are just from old stuff. And so they have to follow guidelines from what happened in the old. And you got new executives who don't know how the old worked and they're trying to dictate how things work. And so everything's struggling to try to be its own unique voice now with all the new stuff.
Plus a lot of stuff gets sanded down, like from the conceptual
from like
stage.
legal reviews.
Yeah.
They'll have you take 50 different things off the cartoons.
And it could also be that a network like Disney or Netflix found like a winning formula to release things over and over.
Yeah, you're going to stay safe. It got me thinking too about like, I think it might be easier to name weird adult cartoons today.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Family Guy,
Dad.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, but even like the stuff that they put on like Netflix and stuff like that now,
Hotel.
What's that thing that's about to come out, like that maiden season thing? Like that's. What you say there? Yeah, the Big Mouth.
Yeah, kid stuff definitely feels a little sanitized. I have younger kids in my life, and I see what they are watching. It's not as weird. By default.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
I'm short.
You can
Ben's my
okay, so you said this. When you had the impossible breakdown, did you at least answer what's the sitch?
Oh,
I love this question.
It was to my text messages, but I'm sure I did at some point just to be a goofball.
Did every text say what's the sitch?
Yeah. Me opening it and saying what's the sitch. It was a blue flip phone too. I called it my communicator.
And then another question. Does Teen Titans and like 16 count? Because like that's the 2000s, but like I feel like a lot of things were structured by the culture we were dealing with. Like, and after that you had a lot of like women-friendly cartoons, and then even like before that it was just like everybody let everything go for 90s because they honestly thought everything was gonna burn.
Yeah. With Teen Titans and 16, they weren't exactly standard, but they weren't the weirdest.
Yeah.
But they were important, nonetheless.
We are going to talk about 16 in our panel later this
Korean animation. Be there.
Be there.
We do love 16 though. To prep for our panels, we watched the episode where Nikki gets stuck in Jonesy's bathroom.
Oh yeah, that's gnarly.
His house. Yeah, the toilet gets stuck, and it was just like. It was
pretty weird.
So they did weird situations, but they portrayed them in like a very realistic.
Yeah.
It's like the weird stuff
about
about everyday life. Stuff you don't usually see in cartoons.
So it wasn't often very like gross or freaking on purpose.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Paul. Hi. So a couple of things. Well, let's see. One, I want to say appreciate you guys, and in the 2000s, I really appreciate that it was easy to find representation everywhere. And I have a message for each anniversary. My best friend is Peyton Rowe.
For everybody that doesn't know, Peyton Rowe is the voice of the main character Ned in my cartoon.
It's no small plug, but please watch it. It has representation of Black love, and it's beautiful.
Yes.
And so I wanted to first say thank you for bringing it back, because it was there in the 2000s, and now we're getting it again. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
Me too.
Watching your work for years. And then my statement is I didn't have cable back then. So in the 2000s, I was watching what was on the WB channel. And I don't know if y'all remember the Oblongs.
Oh,
Thoughts on that show and that.
Definitely a very weird cartoon.
It fits the bill.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
The book is 1,000. I had recently ordered the book about a year or two ago, and yeah, the show definitely holds things back.
Which is already crazy to say.
Yeah, like the show is already insane for how gross and crazy it can get, but the book itself is where it's a bit disturbed.
I haven't read the book. I don't know nothing about
Pretty
that.
good.
It's a good read. It's a quick read, but let's just say pickles is not the same.
Okay. I thought in a really developmental age, so I probably shouldn't have been watching it.
No.
That's most of this panel.
Hey, we turned out fine.
You know, we're great. We're happy.
You can only watch it when you hit double digits. That's you hit 10, Oblong's time.
Okay. I was too young. Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Everybody go watch Hay and.
Hello.
Hey.
I actually wrote my question down. It goes like this.
We love being prepared.
Right.
Do you think the era of weird cartoons will ever disappear and eventually have the podium shift back to normal cartoons? Like what happened with 2000's edginess, for example. Yeah.
It's mostly just like it shifted. Like, because you see more of like the more weird like creator-driven stuff online now with all like the indie shows and stuff. But like, well, very well, you know, like the networks are kind of.
They want to play it safe.
They're cowards.
Right.
And this plus also there's like barely anything on those channels.
That's true.
I think Cartoon Network has like 2 cartoons they can shake around.
Shake around like a rattle. Yeah, I think there's always there's a nice balance that I don't think we've had in a while, but that could kind of split in half, and we can have both at the same time. We haven't had that in a while, but I do think that it's possible to get back there for sure.
It'll just be a little different.
Yeah. Thank you for the question.
Hello.
Hi.
I wanted to mention 4 shows I could think of, and of course they're all Nickelodeon.
All right.
There was the first one was a Nicktoons one that I enjoyed watching when I was younger. It reminded me of Invader Zone. It was called Making Fiends.
I had that as a video podcast where it was a TV show.
I loved it. I was so sad they ended it.
They treated that lady terribly.
The other 3 are Back at the Barnyard.
What the hell's going on?
People in here like that.
That's just sugar cereal, dude. Like,
I just thought it was weird because they're milk cows.
I was about to say, guys,
and then the other 2 are kind of newer. Well, this one's kind of like old and newish. Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Yes! We got someone over there that can talk about
blaming Nick for that one. Direct all your fanboy questions towards Nick.
And then the last one is Sanjay and Craig.
That was a little after when I stopped watching the newer stuff, but I remember anytime I saw him, man, that thing looks weird.
I was done with it when I think it was Sanjay who was fart pregnant.
What's you?
Yeah.
What?
What?
What you?
As
it sounds, fart
Yeah.
pregnant.
We got someone over there that can talk about
It's a nasty cartoon.
I never watched Sanjay and Craig. I saw glimpses of it. I thought it was too weird.
Okay, you like me.
A little too scary.
Right.
Oh, and I just thought of one more. Sorry.
What's that?
It's a Cartoon Network show. Teen Titans Go.
Oh yeah.
They keep the weird alive, but they figured out how to structure it to make it just optimally funny.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like half
hilarious.
weird and like half financial tips. Like,
You know, they explain 401k.
Yeah. The structure of mortgage.
And licensing and stuff like that. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I just prefer the original Teen Titans. I don't like how.
Fair.
That's very fair. That's very fair. Yeah.
Alright, well, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. How's it going?
Hey. I came in a little later than expected, so I don't know if you guys talked about Discovery Kids, specifically like Tuttenstein and Time of Warp.
Yeah.
But the real #1 question, you guys remember Fighting Foodons?
I do.
Wait, what's that one?
That was on the Fox Box.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was originally called Ultimate Wrestling, right?
Yeah, Ultimate Wrestling. It was the same block on Saturdays.
Yeah,
right
but they
before, One
censored.
Piece
Yeah,
started.
4 Kids did that censoring thing and changed it
I'll
because
never
so many
forget
people
that
died
people
in the
attacked
original. Like the original was bloody.
Oh, really?
Really?
Wait, Fighting Foodons wasn't Ultimate Wrestling. Was it?
No, that was Ultimate Muscle.
Ultimate Muscle.
Ultimate Muscle.
Dude, Fighting Foodons was something different.
Yeah.
Right.
Foodons, like,
They were in there cooking.
Oh,
Right, that's it.
Word?
I confused that.
You need to put that on.
Yeah, Fighting Foodons, they used like, what was that one?
It was
song?
chefs fighting each other with like their dishes, and like they would take like their best dish and bring it to life, and they would kind of like fight Pokemon style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I recommend it. It was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I think I'm really down. You guys rock.
Thank you.
Thank you for the recommendation. Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to bring to life 2 shows that I remembered, Code Lyoko and Hero 108.
Okay, so look, the guy trying to leave right now. Somebody sent him $5 to make a Hero 108 video, and that was like a year and a half ago. Oh, he did. This is the guy that sent him the $5. And he still didn't make the video.
Oh, Todd.
Get your money back.
Yeah, right. We zoomed so much in on Hero 108, I forgot what the other cartoon was.
Yeah, I also made a video about Hero 108.
It was Code Lyoko, and thank you for mentioning
Code
it.
Lyoko
was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah,
I
Lyoko.
still think it's weird. I put it in like cool, like cyberspace cartoons.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's such a cool.
It's really cool.
It's a cool mixture of 2D and 3D.
Yeah.
Hero 108 was just so cool but weird at the same time.
I caught that early in the morning.
It really did grow on me. I did not expect to like that show.
Yeah, animals are so crazy in that show.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Thank you.
Hey.
Hi. 2 examples of what I think really encapsulate like how weird cartoons changed from like the 90s to the late 2000s. Because in 1990s we had Mega Babies.
Oh, God. I've been thinking about that though. I just didn't want to bring it up.
we were running from that.
Yeah.
We were trying to run from
I
that.
don't want to let you run away from Mega Babies. And then in the late 2000s, we had Ruby Glenn.
Oh. I was trying so hard to remember that one too. Someone brought up Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
That was more just kind of cool and stylish, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they was growing up creepy though.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't remember that one.
That's the same channel, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah,
Discovery
yeah.
Kids.
My Little Pony, Goth Kids.
Yeah. I do love how much Discovery Kids is coming up. In
Yeah, right.
I mean, it definitely was kind of the Channel 4 weird because it was all about trying to discover the unknown and the odd entities and such.
Yeah.
For kids.
You were already with it, you turned it on, so like. Not a slam, I love Discovery Kids.
For sure. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hello.
Hey, I know you.
Oh my goodness. This feels like I'm about to be dropped to the dungeon. Please. Okay, anyway, so a couple things. So, one is home movies. Love that show. Love that show. I was actually watching it today. Xavier Renegade Angel.
Oh my God. I want to talk about this. Yeah, the cartoon. I ran from that. I don't know what that character sound like. I ain't watched nothing, bro. I saw the trailer, the promo, the little tag. I was like, okay, that ain't for me.
Xavier what? I mean, if you go back and watch it, it's kind of like very interestingly kind of like.
Oh, I take your word for it.
If I like that, what's that going to do to me?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I should be a better person of the worst things in the world.
Okay, so two more things. Okay, that one was crazy too.
And my job is done.
A lot of people didn't.
Classic
And last one is this really obscure thing that happened on Cartoon Network. It was like the thumb thing that they were doing.
Oh,
the thumb thing.
Yeah. Oh. The thumb moves. Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, that was that era when Cartoon Network was kind of transitioning, didn't really have much for themselves, so they were trying to just
got real obsessed with thumbs.
Yeah.
But that's all I have.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. My name's Bee. I'm from the streets this morning.
Hey.
I just want to say this is my first con, so it's really nice to see y'all in person. So I have a question. I don't know if it counts, but I was wondering, what are your thoughts of cartoons coming back / being rebooted, like regular show, Adventure Time, spin-off of Stewie, I think. Etc.
I am normally against when cartoons keep coming back. I think sometimes they do really interesting things, but I think a lot of the times they'll come back and just kind of do the same thing, but like everybody like 20 years older, and everybody just sounds tired. So, you know, it's so I just feel like we could be investing in like more new things.
Or at least the stuff that like didn't even get a chance to like finish up. Like,
right. But then you have things that have been around forever, and then like come back and do really great, like King of the Hill.
King of the Hill was great.
It's like in case you could ask Johnny. I was mad as hell when they brought King of the Hill back.
So like one of it was like you and me were kind of against it at first.
Yeah, they shut me up though off the first episode. I was like, okay, never mind.
Perfect revival.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, thank you, B.
No problem.
Hey, my name is Nelly.
Hey.
By the way, if you like the Ultimate Muscle, you ought to just go ahead and check out Kineko Man, because that's like what it's a sequel of. Kineko Man, it's on Netflix, so it's got.
That show is violent.
Yeah. I tell you, that show give me hype. I'm like, yeah, put me in This film got me thinking about like shows I haven't thought about in years. Like I was like standing in the line, I was thinking about like Butt Ugly Martians.
Oh,
I was like, God damn, I remember waking up early in the morning watching Camp Mikey.
I was gonna freak out. No, I love Camp
But I wanted to ask y'all what's you all's lineup for the big three. So for me, it goes Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Because Disney had it had some good cartoons. But if I'm trying to watch cartoons, I ain't going to Disney.
I think you might have said mine. I think it is Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, especially for that era.
Yeah, for me it's Cartoon Network, Disney, then Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
Like Nickelodeon, it had the hits, but when you get older and rewatch some of them, you start realizing, oh,
yeah, but
they were pioneers. They were important, but it's like.
But the years are like you can't like Rugrats and like Arnold and like You know what I'm saying? Like that, you know, those are like, no matter
Yeah,
what.
coming outside of the gross cartoons, just
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
everything.
You know,
Well, yeah, I'm talking about everything, and Nickelodeon has more of a mixed bag for me.
Disney ain't got no Hey Arnold.
Yes, that's fair.
Disney ain't got no Hey
But
Arnold.
Nickelodeon also has Catdog.
You done started already.
You done started. Was like Chalk Zone and then Danny Phantom.
They got
and
Mega
then
Baby.
And then My Life's a Teenage Robot, and then Invader Zim, and I was having the
Keep
time
saying
of my
Heat.
life.
Keep saying Mad Heat.
Angry Beavers was so fun.
I
wasn't
fucking. But I'm gonna say Kids WB.
Oh my God.
And then Cartoon Network. And then
What
Cuba.
Oh, no, you don't mean any of that.
No, I mean those first two. I think Nickelodeon after that. I do like Disney though. Like Disney got some good cartoons.
You know, cartoons like network for me, they had like Magoozy,
Yeah.
Tsunami, like
a lot of variety. It was the Cartoon Network.
Yeah, we stayed in. Yeah, we stayed in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank y'all.
JD, I think it's 11, so we might. I guess we only have time for one more.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Hey Terry,
Hey.
Kiki, I gave y'all the panel last year.
I remember you.
Yeah, you were here. Yeah, appreciate it. It's really good to meet you. That's often. That was fun. I guess I had like 4 shows I had one to bring up.
Okay.
I'll just bring it real quick. Y'all talk about the hub. Kenny the Shark.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
This is no one ever brings this up. Cornel and Bernie.
Yeah,
I
oh, yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah. Watch my chops.
Magic Finder's a monkey. I don't care what anybody
That's
says.
my joint. That's my joint.
It is funny. Magic Finder was funny.
And also the X's. I love that.
Oh God!
It's
been so long since I've seen the X's, but I remember watching them a lot.
Yeah, for some reason it's like there's nothing to remember, but it's like I watched it all.
Yeah, because the weirdest thing is they came out around the Incredibles era, low-key, and I think they kind of got lost in the shuffle.
That was that spy era of like
children. Yeah, the spy era, and
that's
what people got lost with it.
The replacements.
In that era, but it's a good cartoon and honestly should be talked about more often.
For sure.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We can chat outside if people want to chat more, but we're probably.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Thank you for coming,
Thank you
everybody.
guys so much.